Hi, Salim Omar here from CPA Marketing Genius, and gonna do this quick, short Facebook Live on a subject that's really very important, and that subject is one of the key components of creating a successful accounting practice, a successful organization, is to create a winning culture. There's a reason why companies that win awards for best places to work, they really have been very intentional and deliberate about creating a strong or a winning, a healthy culture in that company. These organizations tend to have a very strong, positive culture that helps employees perform at their very best. Now, company culture is important to employers because when you've got an engaged, happy workforce, they are going to work their hearts out and they're going to give their very best. And for the employees, your team members, you want to create a great culture because so that they enjoy coming to work and they are coming to a place where they can contribute and they find their work meaningful and the time that they spend with their co-workers and the team and everything that they do enjoyable. So many reasons why you wanna focus in on creating a winning culture. I'm gonna give you a few ideas on how to create a winning culture. But what is a culture? A culture, when we talk about a culture, a company culture, a culture is the sum of an organization's values, ideals, and attributes. It's how people interact with each other, with the clients, how they show up. So it's a mix of all their reactions and behaviors. And if you were to go as a spy into another company and watch how people are interacting that are working there and what their actions are, their behaviors, and you'll walk away with a certain clarity of saying, all right, this is the culture that they have. And so the more deliberate we can be about what type of a culture we want in our practice, the better it is because then we can actually create it. I'm going to give you three things you can do to create a winning culture. Number one is identify what your firm's core values are. And core values, because the best culture is the one that's aligned with the firm's core values. Core values are firm, is what your beliefs are, what your ideals are. And I've got a couple I want to read, and this was just a random look at, looking at Google and searching for core values. And so there were six, and I'm just going to give you an idea of what core values are. This was something that I read from a company, and one of the core values is be an ambassador. And the description they have for that core value is we are proud to be problem solvers. We like the people we work with, co-workers, managers, clients, and genuinely enjoy helping one another succeed. So be an ambassador is their core value. Second core value they have is enjoy the journey. And the description they have for that core value is we make sure our teams feel appreciated and valued. Launch lunches, and quarterly show and tells are some of the ways we celebrate our people. We take the time to stop and acknowledge where we came from so that we don't miss how impressive the climb is. And they've got four other core values. But these are some examples of what core values are. This is stuff that's dear to our heart because it's very much aligned to our values, to our inner beliefs, right? So three things you want to do to create a winning culture. Number one, identify what your firm's core values are, right? So once you know what your firm's core values are, then you invite your team members to drink the Kool-Aid. So creating and identifying core values is not done at the owner level. It's done with the team. So get the team to participate. Share with them why it's important to have core values. Show them examples of what other companies have. But importantly is don't grab those and make them your own. Create them from the ground up through a discussion with your team members on important areas that may surround clients, that may surround the team, it may surround the operation, it may surround how you guys, the environment you wanna create. So kind of have 7, 8 different categories, and so that you can have a discussion, and in that discussion, 1 or 2 or 3 discussions, you'll become clear about, hey, what's most important for us. So second thing is invite your team members. Don't do this alone, right? And if you do this alone, get them early on in that stage. Maybe you're gonna do it, you're gonna do the planning part of how you want to execute and get participation. But other than that, get your team to help you with it. Third thing is living the core values. There's nothing worse than creating 6 or 8 or 4 or 5 different core values that are most important, and everyone was participating in sharing, and from that came your list of core values. And the worst thing is they get stashed away in a drawer and they are not lived. So your core values need to be lived, and the best way to live them is through communication, is through regularly meeting with your team. And one of the agenda items in a meeting is, hey, how are we living our core values? Or share an example or a story where you saw someone else live that core value. And so core values come and translate into a company culture when they get lived. Otherwise, they stay parked in a notepad or in a computer, on a Word doc, or in the drawer of a bookshelf, or on a it's not then used, right? So that's what we want to do, is make it something that you're using in your firm, in your practice. And the best way to do that is to bring it up. Repetition is super important when it comes to creating a company culture. Just because, like the example here, be an ambassador, it was a core value that they wrote, this company, but it needs to be lived on a regular basis, and it needs to be repeated on a regular basis so that it gets entrenched. It becomes a culture. It becomes who the company is and how it shows up every day. Hope you found this useful. It is one of the most important things in an organization, is creating a winning culture. It's the bedrock of a successful organization. The team is, the legs. It's an important leg of a successful business. So I hope you got some ideas on what you can do in your firm to create a winning culture through what I shared with you. Hey, thanks for watching this, and hope to see you on the next Facebook Live. And by the way, if there was something that resonated with you, take a moment and share that in the comment section below. Take care. Bye.